Hey everybody, Theresa here of Luck and Design, and welcome back to December Daily 2020. And what I wanted to go over in this video is a little bit about my plans for using the Eedwards December Daily templates and overlays. And so let me just go into my folder and show you. I have already set up the folder for December Daily 2020, and you can see it right here. And so everything that I do for that project is going to go in here. And I've already mentioned that my idea for this month's December Daily is really to focus on the journaling part of it. If I have a photo, great. If I don't have a photo, that's okay too. I can add a journaling card or just simply do a page that's all journaling. And so I'm kind of excited about this. And what I did was I went and purchased some of the December Daily templates from Eedwards. Some of these I already had in my possession. And so I just gathered them all in one folder. I do keep all of the download files in case I accidentally delete something in the unzipped folder or whatever. And so I wanted to show you once they're downloaded on my computer, one thing that I like to do is when you go into the folder itself for the templates, you see the PSDs and you see the preview images. And I find it difficult to pick a template from the preview images because they're so small, and then you have to figure out, well, if that one with the gray 3x8 and the two 3x4s, where is that in the PSDs? So what I do is I go in and open all of these, and that way I can get a look at what I have, right? It's going to pop up. It's going to tell me that Remington Noiseless is not on my computer. That's okay. I just say don't resolve for now. If I want to use Remington Noiseless, I can go get it from the Creative Cloud. But for today, I'm just going to click on through that. You could also replace it with a different font if you want to. But this basically helps me remember what these templates are, right? What they look like. What I'm dealing with here. Goodness, this was all Remington Noiseless. No problems there. But at any rate, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these as a JPEG so that they will show up right next to the PSD. And I'll know easier what I have when I'm ready to create on the particular day of December. So I'm going to just go in here and it pops up the folder where I got them from. And I'm just going to save it as a JPEG right next to the PSD. I'm going to close it. And then I'm going to save the next one. I really like this set. This is the Eedwards December Stories 6x8 Layered Templates Volume 2. And I like these because they have a white border, and I really like the white border look. There may be some that I don't want to do a border on, but these have a very kind of editorial feel. The whole thing that inspired this for me has been watching the new templates or the new editorial templates that have been released on the Project Life app. But they're not 6x8, and so this way these are 6x8, and some of them are 3x8, and some of them are 4x6. So there's lots of options here for any particular day that you want to create in December. And so what I think I'll probably do is, I think that this would look great next to a full page photo, and you could put two journaling cards here next to a 6x8 photo and add your number here as a physical embellishment later on. And so that's kind of my idea. I just think probably not every day, but every 2 or 3 days I'll go in here to Photoshop and create the pages for those days and print them out and then add physical embellishments. That's kind of my concept right now. Of course, I always recommend, once you get into the month, once you get to about December 6th, 7th, 8th, I always feel like I have to reevaluate and see what's working and what's not working. But I really did want to be able to focus on the journaling, and I feel like just for me, that having this space to type in will help me to get more words on the page. And if you wanted to, for something like this, you could always move the word art up a little bit and put your journaling in here if you had a long story that you wanted to tell, and then put a pattern paper down here. So there's definitely, just depending on what your day looks like. Oops, I already apparently saved that one. Just depending on what your day looks like and what you decide that you want to do. I'm also excited about some of these 3x8s. This one is 2 3x8s together, right? So a long vertical photo along with the journaling. And I think that would be a really cool page to create. I don't know yet if I'm going to do a page for each day or a 2-page spread for each day. I don't know about that just yet. I think that will come to me as each day comes. And I think that, again, the flexibility with doing it this way is really cool. And I'm excited about that. I'm actually kind of a little bit freaked out about not doing any foundation pages. I probably will prep my album in some kind of way. I think that I'm going to still, what I love about printing these out and then putting them in a binder is that I can still use transparencies and I can still use little pocket pages if I want to, or I can use tags, or just whatever comes to me, I think. So I'm excited about this. So now that I have all of these saved, so I can go now into, let me close that one out, and then let me go into my folder here and show you. So now I can just go into each template folder. And if you wanted to, you could pull them all into the same folder and store them that way for the month, if that makes it easier. I think the important thing is to, when you set out with a December daily plan, like, think about what makes it easier for you, or what are the things that make it harder for you. And when I thought about templates and when I opened these up, I realized that having to pick what PSD I want to use and not being able to see what they actually look like makes it hard for me. And so that's an easy solution to be able to say, oh yeah, there's two 3x8s with word art at the top that says the story of today, because that's in the title. And if I want to do, if I have a long vertical photo for that day, then it makes it really easy to choose that one. This particular folder is the Ali Eedwards December Daily 6x8 Layered Templates Volume 5. And these go back. It's really cool how many years Ali has been doing these December Daily templates. Let's see. I think I have some from back to 2014 and 2015, which is like stepping back in history now. It feels like forever ago. And then I also have some of the overlays, and so the overlays look a little bit different, and you'll remember these. These allow you can do these two ways, and so I'll show you how you can do this one. Let me open that up in Photoshop for you. So this is the December Daily 2017 overlay combo pack. And I'm going to pull up a 6x8. And so these are all PNG files. And so when you open these up, they're going to be transparent background. So what you can do is, let me open up a photo and show you what you do with these. I'm going to go and pull up, let me just look at random 2019 photos. Here we go. Hello. All right. So this was our Christmas tree last year in 2019. And so I'm just going to open that up. And first off, what you want to do is you want to look at how this template is sized. And so I'm just going to go to image size, and it's going to tell me right here, it's 1800 pixels by 2400 pixels, and the resolution is 300 pixels per inch. So 6x8 at 300 pixels per inch. And you're going to want to crop your photo to that size. So let me just do that real quick. And when you click on the crop tool over here, it pops up this box right here that says width times height times resolution. If you click on that, it gives you lots of options for cropping, but I already have it in here, 6 inches by 8 inches by 300 pixels. And all I have to do is click on this, and it brings up the bounding box, and then hit OK. And that photo is cropped now. And so then I'm going to hit Control A and Control C. So I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste it into my template. But I don't want to put it, if I crop it onto here, if I paste it onto here, I'm going to cover up this layer. So what I do is add a new layer down here in your layers menu, slide that layer underneath the PSD file, and then hit paste. Maybe it'll come up. Hello? Apparently it did not copy paste onto my clipboard. Let's see. Copy. Paste. There it is. And now you can see where it's given me the lovely word art and the line and the December across the bottom. And it's easy enough to print that out, and then you're good to go. So there's another set of overlays as well. So let me go back to that and show you what you can do with those. That was the overlay combo pack. Let me see if it's these. Yes. Okay. So let me open this up for you. This also, again, is a PNG, which means that the background in Photoshop is going to be transparent. Now, you can print this on an 8.5 by 11 sheet and cut it out and add your photo on top of it, or add pattern papers on top of it. If you remember when Allie released these, she did that. And I think there's an album where she did that almost every day, and it's kind of a cool way to print out all your days and put them in your album. If you do it that way, the challenge is that then you have to print out your PSD or your PNG, and then you're printing out your photo on top of it, and that's a lot of photo paper. So that's a disadvantage of doing it that way. But the advantage of that is that you have all your pages printed out, so it feels like a foundation page. But I think that if you, let's say that you wanted to use this for your day, and it's this is for the 8th, and so it's December 9th on the next day, and you want to put your photo in there, and print the whole thing all at once. So what you're going to have to do is, because you can, let me add a new layer, and if you put your photo on top of that, right, it's a bit bigger than the space allows for your photo. And if you drag it in, you're going to see that it fits weird in that space. So I don't want to crop it, but what I want to do real quick, I'm going to just hide that layer. And on top of the PNG layer, I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to go to the rectangle tool. And so the rectangle tool is over here. I'm just going to click on that, and it gives me the shape option. I want to make a shape. I'm going to fill it. I'm going to just fill it with white, and I don't want any stroke. And then I'm just going to go in here, right inside this little gray box. Now, if you want the box to show, you can. If you don't want the box to show, that's okay too. Might make a nice little shadow line, actually. And so I do want to make sure that it's centered. And so once that box is created, now what we can do is go back to our layers, turn our beautiful photo back on, and you can see the bounding box for the rectangle that we just created. And so what I'm going to do is click on the photo layer, and I'm going to right click and say create clipping mask, and it's going to trim that down to that lovely little box that we just created. And you can, if you still want to adjust the size of it, just click back on the rectangle and draw it in a little bit, especially if you want a little border or something, however you want to manipulate. You want to manipulate the rectangle after this, not the photo. If you do want to make the photo fit into that box, or make it so that the photo is a bit smaller, you can bring it in. Just make sure that you hit this little button, and that will maintain the aspect ratio for you, which you're definitely going to want to keep for your photo. And then you can just bring it in the way that you want it to be on your page. And so now you could print all of this together. Let me get off of that. There we go. You could print all of this together if you wanted to. You could add your journaling in here, or add your journaling onto the photo if you want to, and print all at once. Or again, you can print the PNG itself and then print your photo separate and glue it on top, however you want to do. I also, that's a fun way to work with those. And then let's see here. Here are some layered templates. And so you can see once you open that folder, it's really easy to see what you have. Now, let's say that you want to do two 3x8 together, two 3x8s together on one page. So let's open up this one and this one. Okay, and so what that gives you is a 3x8 image size. But we want a 6x8 image size. So what you can do is click on your background layer, and it actually, oh look at that, it actually shows in a 6x8. So what we can do then is grab all of those, and actually that's fascinating. What happens if you move that to one side? It's always interesting to me how different designers create their PSDs. So that gives you a 6x8. Oh, I see. It is. Okay. So 0 is the center point, and then 3 over here, 3 inches over here, and 3 inches to the left, and then 8. Okay. So then all we need to do is grab this, all of these. Come on. It doesn't want to grab. There we go. And we're just going to drag and drop these into the other template. And put it underneath, so grab it to the top so that it will show. There we go. And for some reason it's still showing underneath that pesky little black template. It's also a little bit smaller. Oh, I know. It's supposed to go. Okay. So now we've got to find where this black background is. What happens if you turn that off? It's still not showing. Huh. Okay. So what I think we are going to have to do is go ahead. Oh, unlock that. That's it. Unlock your background. So when you click on the background layer, it should bring up the option to unlock it. It is unlocked. Okay. This background layer is behaving really strangely. So what I'm going to do then is, let me do it this way. Okay. I'm going to turn that off and create a new rectangle behind this that is 6 by 8. So 6 inches by 8 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the background layer and tell it I want it to be 6 inches by 8 inches. Boom. And that is going to give me the space that I need. Okay. Now sometimes you just have to fiddle with, fiddle. What is that? What kind of word is that? Fiddle with these to get them to do what you want to do. And that's okay too. So grab all these and bring them, drag them back into here. There we go. And line them up. And then you have 2 3 by 8s on the same 6 by 8 page, if you want to do that. Or if you want to fold it in half and punch it and put it in as an insert like that, that would be fun too. Now, when I close these out, I'm going to hit no. I don't want to save any of the changes because I don't want to alter those. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to talk about with you and share with you guys. Digital overlays. So those are the same concept. They're PNGs. They all have a blank background. And 3 by 8 layered templates again. And so those you can mix and match with the other 3 by 8s. More 6 by 8s. This one would be pretty. Let me enlarge that a little bit. This one would be pretty just to print out like that. So, but I love how you can see now what are we looking at here to make an easy decision. This would be pretty. Look, you could open this up. And let's say that you want to put your own circle embellishment on that. So all you would do is add your photos to each of the rectangles, and then where this is, just hide it. Hide the circle. Oh, that's kind of pretty too. Hide the circle, hide the word circle, hide the heart, and then you can put your own embellishment to it. That is part of the charm to me. Or if you wanted to put a dimensional heart or a star there, you could just print it out like that, and that would be really pretty too. Let's see. I just love that. Oh, this is a good one too. There's some options in this one. Now, I wanted to just point out that here's what Allie has labeled for a photo. The little red strip that's right there, the blue rectangle, cool, the green rectangle, the gray one, and then that's marked as December Word Life and the story. And she doesn't say, well, she says background or photo for these two white strips. Now, I looked at this and thought, this is a little bit complicated, especially if you're trying to keep it simple. But I thought about, here's what would be cool to do. And so I'm going to hide, well, not that one, the blue one, the red one, and leave these others showing. And you can move them to the top and have a full page photo, or move them to the bottom and have a full page photo, and then do like a journal card in this gray spot, or do a pattern paper, or have your journaling. And so there's some options here that that you just get to play around with. I'm going to close that and not save the changes so that it's unaltered. And then there's one more pack of templates, and these again, these are the ones that we started out with that have these lovely borders. So, and of course, any of these you can go in and change. Like, let's say you want to do 2 3x3, they look about square, 3x3 photos, and 1 3x6. You can just drag that corner or that edge, and then you're going to have a full 3x8 or 3x6 photo on this side. So any of these are able to be altered. You could even move this if for some reason you wanted to put it in a different place. If you wanted it over here, well, that would be kind of nice. Or again, if you want to add a digital number there or a physical number after you print it. So many options. All right. So I think that wraps up what I wanted to show you today. All the different ways that you can use Allie Eedwards templates for December Daily, and sort of what I'm planning to do. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.